Hello, good evening and welcome to Joy News Prime. We are coming to you live from our studios here at Koko Mimle. We are live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV 125 and around the world on myjoyonline.com. I am Carlos Kaloni.
And I am Faustina. So for tonight, the Electoral Commission explains Ablikmanot parliamentary rerun U-turn, citing unverified results in 19 polling stations as the main reason, as it dismisses NPP allegations that the Commission succumbed to external pressure in its decision to conduct a rerun.
Meanwhile, NPP parliamentary candidate defies her party's national leadership, confirming her participation in tomorrow's election. We are live in the constituency for the very latest.
Also tonight, opposition NPP bars paraphernalia of flag bearer hopeful at its upcoming National Delegates Conference as it promises to observe all COVID-19 protocols at Legon Sports Stadium, the venue for the event.
And horror in Bono East region. A day-old baby found dead behind an abandoned toilet facility in New Abodikrom.
Later, we have Prime Business.
Credible journalism.
It's a good time to take a seat and please be our guest. Well, thanks for choosing us and staying with us here on Joy News Prime. Now, we start with the Electoral Commission because they have tonight broken their silence, defending their decision to hold a parliamentary rerun in Ablikmanot constituency. The EC says the polls were triggered by unverified results in 19 polling stations, firmly denying any external interference and reaffirming its independence. The Deputy EC Chair, Dr. Bosman Asari, speaking for the first time ahead of tomorrow's vote, also addressed security concerns and the role of the Ghana Police Service, as well as the National Election Task Force. Michael Ashali was at that news conference and will be bringing you details of that shortly. But in a dramatic twist, the NPP's parliamentary candidate for Ablikmanot, Akua Afriyieh, has defied her party's national leadership, declaring she will fully participate in Thursday's controversial rerun. You'll recall that just this Tuesday, the NPP National Executive Committee, led by its General Secretary, Justin Frimpong-Kodua, held a press conference right at her office in Odoko to announce the party's official withdrawal from the race. They argued the party had already won, described the Electoral Commission's move as illegal, and called the rerun both shameful and unnecessary. Well, now Akua Afriyieh is breaking ranks.
And yesterday, when National Executive Committee met, we said that under no circumstances will we be intimidated. Yes. Under no circumstances will we be coerced to go for a rerun. We will not go for any rerun. The new Patriotic Party will not go for any rerun. We have won the elections. We have won the elections. We have won the elections.
Well, this position has been seriously canvassed by party in the last few days, especially when Deputy General Secretary of the NPP appeared on PM Express last night. Now, but tonight, there is a new turn of event as the candidate herself, Akua Afriyieh, has made a bold declaration this evening that she is fully partaking in the elections, contrary to the party's position. She spoke to journalists in Accra.
You asked me a question. Are you contesting? I'm contesting. Nobody is. I am contesting. You see my people. You see the way. You see the way. We are fully prepared. What prepared for? What prepared? Tomorrow we are going for this contest. Darkness can never cover light. I am the light. I am the truth and the light.
Well, several NPP MPs are throwing their weight behind the party's candidate despite an official directive to boycott Friday's rerun in 19 polling stations. Meanwhile, NDC MPs say they are ready and they believe that they will win the seat. Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Akua Afriyieh reports from Parliament.
NPP's official position regarding the Ablekuma North rerun has been, we will not participate. But the party's parliamentary candidate says she's contesting. Some members of parliament are already throwing their support behind her in the open defiance of the party's decision to boycott the rerun.
I hope you are aware that the 19 polling stations that have been put out for contest for rerun, all the 19 stations, most of them are for NPP. Yes, that is it. So it tells you we have an edge over the NDC. And we are hoping, because even though the party stance is that on a matter of principle, we are boycotting, the individual believes that he has an edge. And we also need to go and support and make sure that he wins.
The best approach to this election is through the candidate herself. I have spoken to the candidate about twice today, and I get the impression that she's on the grounds. We know that circumstances are making us go through this election the way we are supposed to go through. I know that we won the elections. The people of Ablekuma North will reward Akua once more. 19 polling stations. If you check 2020, we won about 14 out of the 19. 2024 to the same thing. And so clearly I think that we have the majority.
Well, I think our chances are bright, even though the party's position was that we will not contest. But the candidate herself is saying she will contest. So she has a stake and she has made a decision. I think our chances are bright.
But some NDC MPs who have already been to the constituency to offer support to their candidate, Erobina Obin, believe they will win the Ablekuma North constituency seat for the first time since 2000.
I don't think somebody should sit and calculate that I'm going to vote for opposition member to go and be in opposition for 4 years in parliament. No. There are good things on the table that people need in Ablekuma North. And Ablekuma North have to taste a change to know how good it is. Always have the mind that you will change. If you change, you see the difference. So all that I will urge Ablekuma North is this time they should vote NDC because there are good things in the pipelines and they will need it. The youth will need it. They will need the jobs.
I was there to support our candidate in campaigning, and looking at what is happening, I think it's a day for NDC. NDC is going to have one more candidate and one more representative MP in Parliament. And we will continue to work for the people. And the Ghanaians are enjoying the fact that NDC is in power. They see the dollar under control. They see things changing. We are resetting the country. And so the more people we will have in Parliament to support us to do that.
The election will decide whether or not the NDC on its own have 2/3 majority in Parliament by securing the needed 184 seats to be able to do significant changes in terms of the political system, but also whether or not the NPP will win this to signal their readiness for the 2028 election. Reporting for Joy News, Kwaku Asante, Parliament House, Accra.
Well, let's speak to MP from Praiso, David Opoku. You are one of the MPs who publicly called out the party's decision, insisting that Nana Akua Afriyieh must contest. Why are you defying your own party's position?
Well, I don't think it's, I'll call it defying the party's position. I think that at the heart of my call is what I term representation. I feel that the people of Ablekuma North, in 2024, went to the polls, took a decision that the Akua Afriyieh should be their candidate. It will be very sad that the very person that the people are saying that we want as our MP, somebody that we all believe that won the election, but for some distraction from some NDC elements, she would have been the member of parliament for Ablekuma North, to decide that she won't contest will be quite disappointing on the part of the people. And so, for me, this is somebody that the people want to have to represent them. And so, it will be very, very sad on our part. It will be very, very sad on our part as a political party not to go into this election. I'm happy that the candidate herself took that bold decision to want to contest, and she's doing so. And from the look of things, from the grounds, we are very confident that she's going to win the elections, God willing, tomorrow.
But your party has taken a firm decision on it, and you are questioning that decision. Are you not scared of any sanctions from the party?
Oh, you have spoken to a lot of MPs. I mean, your parliamentary correspondent spoke to a lot of NPP Mps who are very confident of victory. I don't think it's a position that I hold different. I mean, just that I am edging her on, and I'm on the grounds helping her to secure victory. So a lot of MPs believe that we need a carefree in parliament, and I don't think it's a defilement, or it's a shift away from what the party wanted. I mean, we could still go to court. We've had MPs who have come to parliament, they've been sworn in, but later when the court took a decision on them, they had to go back and seek re-election, or even sit at home. And so it's not a difficult thing. This is our constituency. It's a constituency that we won in 2016 with over 38,000 votes difference. In 2024 with over 24,000 difference. And I mean, we all know what happened in the 2024 general election, where because for voter apathy and all of that, people did not go out to vote.
Okay.
And so we are very confident of victory tomorrow.
Okay. All right. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Well, still on our Blakemore North, you know that we are your election headquarters, and tomorrow we'll be bringing you full coverage of the entire voting process, right from the start of polls to the declaration of results. But let's explore this further, and let me bring in political scientist Dr. Dumaku Amaku. We appreciate your time here on Joy News Prime. We're just hearing from the NDC and the NPP. But I'm sure that, first of all, you must be surprised by the new turn of event. And what is your own understanding of how really this sudden shift in their position would change their outcome in the upcoming polls? We're hearing from the candidates saying she'll contest, but the party says we're pulling out.
Good evening, and thanks for having me. My understanding is that the decision that the party took, was not necessarily with that of the position of the member of parliament. The person who contested on the ticket of the NPP from Madam Akua Afriyieh. I don't think her position was taken seriously on an issue of this nature. I think the party should have really listened to her, engaged her, crucially, critically, and place themselves in her shoes. Politics, we all go in with, some reasons. We call it political purpose. And we are individuals in the organization. And crucially, it is a higher office for her. She's been there before, and obviously she will want to continue to be there. That is why she participated in the last elections. So that if on legal grounds, the party felt that, they've not been treated fairly, justice has not been served, and then you have another opportunity to get the electorates to really deliver for you, you want to take advantage of that. That is, if you are sure that you won the elections the last time round. At this time, if that was the case, then definitely you want to, you come with an understanding that you benefit from sympathy votes. But if you take that hardline decision, legalistic in its nature, when going to do this, when going to do that, simply because we've gone to court, and they decided to take decisions that the courts are mandated to take and act, on that basis. Meanwhile, that decision didn't go with a good many people in the party, including the, like I've already said, the lady herself. How is this going to affect the outcome of the elections? I think the party, the NPP, has lost momentum in that constituency. when they came out clearly that they weren't going to vote, many of their people might have given up. Are they going to turn around to be galvanized at this last minute? I don't think so. I don't think so. And now we know what President Mahama is doing in Ghana as far as the economy is concerned, the prudent management of the economy, fiscal discipline, and then the outcome. So obviously the people there want to also join in and, if you like, also try to benefit from some of the things, yet to come out of the prudent management of President Mahama's, administration. They want to team up with NDC and also get Ablekumanov get his fair share of the national cake. I won't be surprised if the NDC comes out as the winner.
Thank you, Dr. Amachi, for your time here on Joy News Prime.
Well, it's less than 24 hours to the election. Let's get to the constituency Ablekumanov to get the very latest, where my colleague Stephen Manson has been spending some time. Steve, what can you tell about the situation on the ground?
I'm still here at the Ablekumanov constituency. We've been interacting with some of the constituents, and I must say the experience here is quite electrifying. I've seen fresh posters here at various vantage points here at Ablekumanov. I'm here with the MP for Akua Afriyieh North, Teresa Auni. She has left Parliament to be with her candidates, the parliamentary candidates for the NDC. Honorable, welcome to Joy News Prime.
Thank you.
You've left Parliament here right now. How optimistic are you about the elections tomorrow?
Well, I'm 100% sure about these elections tomorrow. And I believe in putting in hard work. I don't believe that there's any elections that can be won on a silver platter. We are prepared, we have worked. I have not just left Parliament today, we've been on the ground since Monday. And we are very positive that the electorates have listened to us. We are very positive that the impact of the John Dramani Mahama research change, they are all feeling it. And for the first time, I'll plead with them to join us. They should come on board. The people of Akua Afriyieh North did it in 2020. They never regretted, and they gave me another nod this time around. We are pleading with them. We are coming here to tell them our story. That until you try change, you will never know the importance of it. We are pleading with the people of Ablekuma. We have talked to them. We have knocked at their doors. We just have barely few hours to elections. I am optimistic. I am positive. I am here with the vibrant youth of Akua Afriyieh North. We've been here working from Monday till now. And I know by the grace of God, tomorrow, come what may around this time, Oben will be declared winner.
But here lies the case, the NDC has never won this constituency before. How different is this approach?
Well, if you see some of us here, I didn't just come. I came here with my troops, those who helped me to rescue Akua Afriyieh North. If you know the history of Akua Afriyieh North, the NDC had never won it before until 2020. We brought that magic here. And we are talking to other people. We are telling the people of Ablekuma that change is positive. They should give us a change. They should give us a try, and they will never regret it. I am positive that Ablekuma North is going green, no more blue. Now people have seen the lights. Before people vote on partisan lines. But hey, when we go to the market, we all buy the food, same food stuff at the same rate. Was it better when your government was in power? If the answer is no, vote for a Rabna, vote for change.
My last question to you will be about, you've raised concerns about the efficiency and capability of the EC. Are you confident in the capabilities of the EC this time around?
Well, it's not about the capabilities of the EC. We have equally raised concerns about the EC. We did not go into 2024 elections because we had hopes and beliefs in the EC. We were determined and we prepared towards the elections. And so the same spirit that we went into 2024 elections is the same spirit we are holding here. That tomorrow we are going to be vigilant. We are not sleeping. From here we are moving into the houses to remind the people that, hey, tomorrow come out early and vote. Vote and go and then do whatever you want to do. We will protect your votes. Ghanaians were afraid whether their votes will be protected. We have proven to them in 2024. And we are telling the people of Ablekumanov, your vote is secured. Your vote will be counted tomorrow. Your candidate, Rabna Obin, will be declared winner tomorrow, inshallah. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. We are positive.
Thank you so much,
Thank
madam.
you too. We are grateful.
Well, Carlos, we are still here at the mini rally being held by the NDC in preparation for the rerun of the Ablekuma North constituency elections tomorrow. We earlier saw big wigs of the NPP at various vantage points in the Ablekuma North constituency, describing and speaking to the constituents, appealing to them to come out and come and vote. We've seen Kennedy Japan, Charles Bissiu, and other big wigs of the NPP coming out to vote. When we got here at the mini rally of the NDC, we've seen Rabna Obin in a meeting with some of the executives. I believe will be a preparation towards their rerun tomorrow. I'll be speaking to more of the candidates, more of the constituents to pick their thoughts on how they are going to vote, whether they are going to vote. Chairman, good evening. You're welcome to join this prime.
Good evening, sir.
Why do you vote at?
I vote at Odoko MTTD.
So why are you here this evening?
Okay, so actually I've moved all the way from Takwa to Ablekuma North just to come and vote for Honorable Rabna Obin. So that should tell you how serious and how ready I am for tomorrow, just to vote for Honorable Rabna Obin.
7 months into the new administration, you do not have a sitting MP. What do you want to see if there's a new MP elected?
Oh, all right. So, if an MP is if we've given a chance to a member of parliament, we are expecting a lot from the member of parliament to make, what do we call it? We want development in the constituency. Yes, we want development. And as at now, although she has not been given the power yet, she's still working. So we have confidence in her that when she's been given the power, she's going to work and she's going to do it very well.
What about you? What do you want to see if there's a new MP elected here in the Ablekuma North constituency?
Obviously, I want to see a reset because we need a change. It has been years that we always get the same MPs from same party, and there is no change. So we need a reset because as our father, our Excellency John Dramani Mahama has started a reset agenda. We need a Rabna Obin for Ablekuma North constituency to connide with John Dramani Mahama. That's our Excellency to reset Ablekuma North. Yeah.
But I want to know, where do you vote at?
Oh, I vote at Cambridge.
And how are preparations so far?
Preparation so far unfortunately, Cambridge is not part of the polling station that will be voting. But I'm here purposely to help our hard-working candidate to give a moral support as well as someone said, yeah, to give to our candidates, yeah.
So, Carlos, I'm still here at the Ablekuma North constituency where a mini rally is being held out in preparation for the rerun tomorrow. Good evening, sir. Welcome to Join News Prime.
Yeah.
We want to know how different, what do you make of this whole process? They've been back and forth on whether or not to do this rerun. Are you confident of a win?
Yeah, for the confidence is strongly there. Because looking at the background work done right from the beginning till today, we are very confident of winning. No doubt about that. We are going to win hands down. So I am very confident of it. Sure.
So here at the Ablekuma North constituency, a mini rally is being held in preparation for the rerun of the elections tomorrow. We've seen scores of NDC patrons and supporters arriving here in preparation for the Ablekuma North rerun of elections. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you so much, Steve, for the update from Ablekuma North constituency. We're going to keep our eyes there the whole of tomorrow. Now, the Electoral Commission has tonight broken its silence, defending its decision to hold a parliamentary rerun in Ablekuma North constituency. It says the polls were triggered by unverified results in 19 polling stations firmly denying any external interference and reaffirming its independence. Deputy EC Chair Dr. Bosman Asare, speaking for the first time ahead of tomorrow's vote, also addressed security concerns and the role of the Ghana Police Service and the National Election Task Force. Michael Ashali was at the press conference and has this report.
The Electoral Commission has finally broken its silence on the lingering Ablekuma North election impasse. For months, the EC maintained that only 3 polling station results were outstanding following a chaotic collation process. But with no resolution in sight, the Commission says it had to act. Dr. Bosman Asare is a deputy commissioner at the EC.
25 polling station results were added to the collation. All the 25 carbonized polling station results were received from the NPP. It is important to emphasize that the said 25 pink sheets were not scanned pink sheets, but carbon copies from the NPP. Even though the NDC collation agents reported late that day, that is the 21st December 2024, the carbon copies had been authenticated. After the carbon copies had been authenticated by the return officer, the NDC agents were allowed to review and verify the 10 carbonized copies of the results presented by the NPP. Following that, the remaining 15 carbon copies were authenticated by both NDC and NPP agents for that day. They also reviewed the scanned pink sheets. This brought the number of collated polling stations to 278. Thus, 3 polling station results became outstanding. The NDC at the meeting raised a number of issues and followed up with a letter to the Commission. The Commission responded to all the concerns raised by the NDC in their letters dated 17th March and 30th April 2025. Among the issues raised by the NDC was the lack of formal invitation to participate in the collation process, denial of involvement of NDC agents in the collation of the 25 scanned pink sheets on the 21st of December 2024, and concerns about the use of scanned pink sheets from the NPP.
Dr. Bosman Asare also expressed frustration with the Ghana Police Service, which he says failed to provide adequate security to complete the collation earlier.
Intended to move the ballot boxes to a more secure location. Party supporters invaded the premises of the Kwashiman cluster of schools and set fire to the library where the ballot boxes and BVDs were kept. All the ballot papers were destroyed in the process, thereby denying the Commission the opportunity to use the ballot papers to complete the collation. To date, the gentleman who perpetrated this crime, though he recorded its illegal act and circulated it on social media, has not been arrested.
In a surprising turn, the EC now says it will rerun elections in 19 polling stations, not just 3. Dr. Bosman Asare offered this explanation.
The Commission came to the conclusion that it will rerun the election in 19 out of the 37 polling stations. The Commission arrived at the decision to rerun the election in the 19 polling stations because the 19 scanned polling station results used for the collation, though approved by agents of both political parties, were not verified by the presiding officers responsible for those polling stations. The Commission was able to secure the confirmation of 18 presiding officers of their scanned pink sheets. The Commission was of the view that once its officers were legally charged to conduct the elections at the polling stations, and they have also confirmed the scanned results, there was no need to rerun the elections in those polling stations.
The EC also flatly denied claims that political influence played a role in its latest decision.
We state categorically that Ghana's electoral management body is an independent body and will not be dictated to by any person or institution.
With police assurance now in place, the EC says it is ready to conduct a free and fair election this Friday.
The aftermath of the 7th December election, the processes to complete the collation in 12 constituencies have created fear, not only in our staff, but voters in general. We trust that the police and the National Election Security Task Force will provide the needed security before, during, and after the process so we can vote and work in peace. On our part, as the electoral management body, we are desirous of bringing the election in the Ablekuma North constituency to a conclusion and to ensure that the constituents have a representative in Parliament. We have thus provided a path to complete the collation process so as to ensure that the residents of Ablekuma North have a representative in Parliament. We assure the public and the political parties that, as always, we will live by our motto and ensure that the rerun is fair, transparent, and credible.
For Joy News, Michael Ashale.
Well, the Ghana Police Service has been detailing the security arrangements ahead of the elections tomorrow. And coming up on your screens now is a copy of that statement, just putting details as to what exactly they'll be doing tomorrow. And it says that the Accra Regional Police Command wishes to assure the public of its preparedness to provide adequate security before, during, and after the parliamentary rerun at Ablekuma North constituency, scheduled for Friday, 11 July 2025. The Electoral Commission has designated 19 polling stations within the constituency. For the rerun, the police personnel will be deployed to all locations to maintain peace, law, and order throughout the process. In addition to polling security, station security, they say that the police will monitor vehicular and pedestrian traffic around the voting areas. Strategic barriers will be mounted to prevent unauthorized access to polling centers. They go on to state that the Accra Regional Police Command appeals to the public to cooperate fully with security personnel, observe electoral rules, and help maintain a peaceful atmosphere throughout the election. The public is encouraged to report suspicious activities or individuals to the police immediately, and they put a number there by calling 18555 or 192. Well, let's do more on that, and we'll bring you more stories here on Joy News Prime. But still to come after this quick turn, horror in Bono East, as a day-old baby has been found dead in an abandoned toilet facility in New Abodikrom. Please stay with us for details of that story after this quick turn.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. Now, still on the New Patriotic Party, because the party says it will not allow paraphernalia of any flag bearer hopeful of the party at its National Delegate Conference, scheduled for 19th of July. The party's planning committee chairman, Joseph Osei-Owusu, said this is to prevent any form of subtle campaigning for a candidate to lead a party during the said event. He said the conference, which will be limited to accredited delegates, will focus on the proposed amendment to the party's constitution. Now, delegates are expected to review and vote on motions derived from 300-page document already circulated among regional and constituency leaders.
Again, we want to assure Ghanaians that we will not let the conference be turned into a platform for those aspiring to be presidential candidates of our party. For that reason, we've already informed National Council, and they seem to agree with us, that no advertising document, poster, billboard, or T-shirts of any, or banners of any of the aspirants will be admitted into the stadium. If anybody breaches any one of these rules, we have secured the place, and our security men will make sure that any such breach will immediately be taken down, and if possible, the person removed from the conference premises.
Joseph Osei-Owusu insisted health protocols will be a priority, with the party's health committee implementing strict COVID-19 measures to ensure participant safety after a reported outbreak of COVID on the University of Ghana campus, the venue for the event.
We anticipate that issues relating to COVID will come up, and so we have prepared adequately. Our health committee has taken all the major steps and will be providing the guidance for participants so that we do not have or record any incidents of COVID during the conference. We want to assure the nation that we will not, the NPP at this conference will not be the purveyors of conference. I've read some concerns about holding the conference at a place where there are reported COVID incidents. Our health committee has taken all the critical needs and are prepared so that we can be assured that we'll have a smooth conference without any health issues, much less COVID-related issues.
Well, the minority in Parliament are calling for a transition period before the one district, one factory policy is cancelled. Trade Minister Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare told Parliament that the policy introduced by the erstwhile NPP administration has been cancelled and will no longer be continued by the new government. But a ranking member on the Trade and Industry Committee, Michael Ochiribefi, says this government decision will leave several factories hamstrung. He wants the government to introduce a transition period before the cancellation.
Yes, I have this. It's about the 1D, 1F issue that the minister talked about, that the 1D, 1F has been cancelled. And clearly, if you look at the budget statement that was read to us last March, there was no replacement for this policy. They only mentioned a policy called the feed industry policy. And a very insufficient amount was allocated to that project, which I raised an issue on the floor of Parliament. But what I'm addressing today is about the fact that we have 322 1D, 1F companies at various stages of implementation. 169 companies are fully completed. So these companies are operational. So you just cannot just stand up and say, these companies also will not know their fate. That's not too good for us as a country. That the policy has been cancelled. What's the meaning? It means that those companies that have already been established or incorporated because of the 1D, 1F, what will be their stand or the future of these businesses? And so what we want to propose to the ministry, that the ministry must carefully think about this and have a transition period. Because this was a policy that was instituted by a government.
Away from Parliament, residents of New Abodikrom in the Bono East region woke up to a horrifying discovery: the body of a day-old baby dumped in the bushes behind an abandoned public toilet project. Regional correspondent Anna Sabit reports.
This skeletal structure right here was meant to be New Abodikrom's answer to its sanitation crisis. Instead, it's become a symbol of abandonment and now tragedy. For years, this community has pleaded with authorities to complete this facility. With no functioning toilets, over 1,000 residents have resorted to open defecation in these very bushes.
Frankly, with you, almost 3 to 4 years, we are facing challenges here. Simply because the old toilet was full and they could not even pull the distance from the toilet. So the new facility that they built, people don't have access to toilet. So they use the new facility to tend to where they free themselves.
The consequences here are dire. Disease outbreaks have spiked, especially among children. Karim Bashir, one of the affected residents, shares how the situation, including the stench, is affecting the people here.
Sometimes when you are in your house, you hear people, when an animal dies, they throw the stand here. Simply because the facility are uncompleted and the place is bush.
What the smell?
The smell, the same thing. Sometimes when you are in your room, you open your window, you can breathe. All the challenges that we are facing here.
But nothing prepares residents for the shock this morning when Assemblyman Yahaya Adam made a grim discovery just meters from the rotten waste. Right here in these reeking bushes, the body of a day-old baby was found abandoned. Assemblyman Adam, who alerted police, says this horror is directly linked to the darkness this abandoned site attracts.
Assembly, but to say obi ewu ha me yakofa de ene de ya fa bebre ni ntina obehu se no smax ne hand gloves kura ehihye me ho no but na edi nkan ya me hu se ya beto akwala mo no ato me mpeso aso eye ne
Residents have a plea to city authorities and government.
My message to the assembly with this, we rather push it to assembly. So assembly will get to the president to know the challenges that we are facing here. We beg.
As police investigate the infant's death, residents demand one thing: either complete this toilet or demolish it and restore their dignity. Anna Sabit, Joy News.
Over 200 residents of Baba Ayoyo, a slum community in the Ashanti region, have been left homeless after fire ripped through their homes. The blaze destroyed more than 100 makeshift structures. Lactating mothers and children are now stranded, braving the cold without shelter and calling for urgent support. There's more in the following report.
It is unknown what sparked the fire, but victims suspect arson as they fingered a man believed to be the boyfriend of one of the occupants. The slum dwellers, predominantly women and children, were left stranded and without shelter as they succumbed to the chilly weather. The affected residents were forced to seek temporary refuge in nearby churches and homes. School children in the vicinity missed school after their learning materials and uniforms were razed by the fire. They have been left to wonder the presence of the community as some helped their families salvage the few items not touched by the fire. The affected families are calling on the government and other non-governmental organizations to assist them with essentials like food, clothing, and temporary shelter. I stay here with my grandmother and she is old. We plead with you to help us. We slept in someone's veranda last night. All our things have been burned. We couldn't salvage anything. Please come to our aid. We have nowhere else to go. Assembly member for the Ridge and Shires electoral area, Abraham Pwedi, says the Metro Chief Executive is yet to be briefed on the situation. Although he cannot assure immediate aid to their victims, he disclosed the National Disaster Management Organization, NATMO, is expected to meet with the victims on Friday, July 1, to assess the gravity of the devastation.
You can't even find a place for the number. The number are too huge. They are more than 450 to 500. So we believe, we've talked to them, that they should also arrange themselves. They can call friends and brothers and sisters in other place till tomorrow. After tomorrow meeting with the NADMO, we will see what and the help that the NADMO will bring forward for us to know what to do.
For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
Away from that, Wesley Girls High School has been crowned champions of the 2025 Central Regional Championship of the National Science and Math Quiz after an intense high-stakes final that kept the packed SGS auditorium on edge. With defending champions at this other college already out of the race, the contest was wide open and the gay girls rose to the occasion, outsmarting three powerhouse schools to claim the coveted title. Now, let's get on the line and speak to my colleague. But, of course, let's listen to this report.
With this we pray, like spirits may, enrich and bless our school always.
Okay. The much anticipated final contest of the 2025 National Science and Maths Quiz Central Regional Championship has just ended and in a dramatic fashion. And Wesley Girls Senior High School has emerged winner of the contest. It was a nail-biting contest in the early stages. St. Augustine's was leading, only for Wesley Girls to overtake them in the final round. Now, in the third round, as at round three, they were at neck and neck. They were tied, and it was intense. So it took the riddles, the justify your inclusion part, the survival of the fittest part, for our dear ladies here to emerge winners. Now, this is the second time they have won this title. After 3 years, Oh, that's so excited, and that's okay. After 3 years of the championship belonging to Adisadel, Wesley Girls is the new home of this time championship. Sorry, I'm so excited. Pardon me. So, lady, this is so beautiful. I just like the way you're holding it. So how are you feeling?
I'm feeling very, very excited. I'm so happy. I would like to thank God so much for helping us through our first contest. We were supposed to have a contest yesterday, but then due to some circumstances, we couldn't have that. So today we had our contest and God saw us through. We emerged victorious. We went to the final and then God helped us. God has been so good to us. So I would like to extend my greatest gratitude to God. Okay. Yeah.
When you were not leading, let me come to you, my lady. When you were not leading in the first two, okay, I'll talk to you. When you were not leading in the first 2 rounds, you know, St. Augustine's was still dominating us as round 2. How did it make you feel? Were you shaking a bit?
No, please. We knew that our God who took us through our first contest just today will take us through to the end and make us come out as victors of this contest.
Okay, one more person and then we go. What's the way forward going into the nationals? Now that you've won regional championship, you know eyes are going to be on you. How is it going to be like in the nationals for you?
I can only say that we rely on God to help us through the nationals, and because we use this as a step to push us to go further. With God's help, we hope to win the nationals.
Well, it's time for showbiz, and the showbiz queen is here. Becky Bex.
Hello to you, Carlos. How you doing?
I'm okay. How you doing too?
I'm fantastic. I'm very excited this evening because I have a new song that I want to introduce to you and all our viewers. It's all about a multiple award-winning gospel music producer, P Duanon, in showbiz as Aidoo. He has confirmed that he has relocated to United Kingdom, where he has established a new recording studio. So in an interview on Daybreak Hits this morning, Aidoo says the move is part of his mission to expand his influence to music markets in other parts of the world.
Okay, almost like 3 months.
Oh, 3 months. All right. And what inspired this move? We were with you here, then you left us.
I'm always trying to expand my territories, trying to get to new markets, trying to get to new talents. I'm always trying to take things to the next level. So, yeah. UK, I started coming to this country, I think, around 2004. And it's been consistent. I come and then I go back, I come and I go back. But I decided that this time around, because I was getting a lot of, guys sending me stem files for me to mix and master their songs constantly, I decided, okay, let me come through and see what I can do for these guys, because a lot of them want to work with me.
Wow. So for how long are you going to be there?
I will not be able to tell. It depends on the job, how fast I'm going to be able to finish with all the artists and all that.
Before you were leaving about 3 months ago, how vibrant would you say the music production business was for you in Ghana?
Well, I've been constantly mixing for most of these up-and-coming artists and the big ones. I've constantly been doing it. And myself, I am an entrepreneur, I own businesses. So, yeah, the music business at some point became slow because a lot of the boys opened their own bedroom studios and tried to do all the final work.
Peter's right there. Before we go, Dolly Parton is opening up about her career struggles following the death of her husband, Carl Dean, while on Chloe in Wonderland podcast. The country icon shares why Carl's death after 58 years of marriage has made it hard for her to complete some projects.
Carl did pass away. I thought, I got to do something. So I'm going to...
Yeah, well, why would you do that, Derek? Why would you do it? I was just, getting in the spirit. I just came out of, another spirit and going. That's weird.
Another realm.
That's weird. You're not supposed to do that, but you did. But it's fine.
That was beautiful.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
I think so.
Transitioning from one spirit realm to another. Yeah. Well, that's all we have time for. You can log on to myjoyonline.com for more stories. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
We're grateful for your time.